Got some room to charge. Moves in, trying to force her way through, and she finishes! That's the hat trick for the senior! Josephine Vogel scooped it up in her own end and ran it all the way down to the other end to bury her third goal of the day. 9-5 now the score, and Milton is first on the board here in the second half. All started by a nice body save by Kaylee Brousseau out of the free position chance for Fiona O'Keefe. It'll be Vogel and Davis returning back to the draw circle here. Officials getting set. There's the whistle, a short one, and it's tracked down by Davis. Davis running it into the attack zone, being met by Caroline Baldwin, so she floats it over to the back. Operating out of the back. The pass, couple passes, and now over to Roberts. Roberts gets around Maciel, trying to weave her way through several defenders, has it poked away and recovered by Catherine Fernandopol. She floats it ahead. She finds Maciel. Sarah Maciel running in transition. Sends it ahead to Eliza Dunn. Eliza Dunn brings it into the attack zone and draws a whistle. Smart whistle, though, by Nobles, as this allows several other defenders to come back into their own end. The long pass over to the corner to Emily Coonahan. Coonahan back out to Dunn. Dunn flips it over to Fernandopol. Fernandopol looking around. Swings it over to Dunn. Dunn starting to approach. Running out of room, though, and she passes it behind the net. Juggled, but recovered. Now coming out of the back is Taya Chung, and she passes it out to Eleanor Murphy. Murphy trying to come around the pick from Fernandopol. Running out of room. Nowhere to go. And she has to come out the back. Passes it over to Vogel. Vogel with 3 goals already today. Spins around a defender. Moving in retreat, surveying, has to pass it out to Fernandopol. Fernandopol makes her approach. One defender falls over. She breaks her way through, and the shot off the bar might have been turned away again by Ensley. And the whistle gives the ball back to Nobles. Or does it? No, it looks like they're giving the ball to Milton Academy. That's going to be Taya Chung with the ball. Swung over to Dunn. Dunn moving to her right, running out of room, and she has to pass it along the back. That's Coonahan with the ball. Coming out of the back, a pass outside to Maciel. Maciel takes a shot, and it's in! Sarah Maciel, the junior midi from Narragansett, Rhode Island. No, there's a whistle. They're calling it back. Man, this is not the first time this has happened to Milton Academy today, where they've had a goal, but it was taken back because of a whistle. So Maciel getting ready for the free position. She just winds up and delivers! Sarah Maciel, you could tell the way her feet were aligned that she was just winding up for a long shot the entire way. A smart strategy, to be honest. As I've said, the defenders from Nobles tend to crash way too quickly for someone to charge in and score the conventional way out of the free position. And so Maciel just decided to wind up and fire from long range, and she buried it. Smart play by Sarah Maciel. 9-6 now the score. Milton Academy with 2 unanswered goals here in the third period. One by Josephine Vogel, one by Sarah Maciel. It'll be Vogel and Davis in the draw circle once again. .6:43 on the clock here in the third. It's a short one once again. It's being chased down and recovered by Maciel. What a period she's having. She flips the pass over to Caroline Baldwin, working it in transition along the far side. spins and passes it ahead to Jane Feeney. Feeney into the attack zone, making her approach, gets around one defender, charges in, saved by Ensley. Sophia Ensley having a monster of a game in net for Nobles. And now working in transition along the far side. They stepped out of bounds. The ball goes back to Milton Academy. Or maybe they lost it out of bounds. Hard to say. Milton back on offense. Less than 6 minutes left in the third, and Milton trails by 3. Baldwin was juggling the ball there, but she manages to get the pass ahead to Eliza Dunn. Dunn throws it to the corner and finds Emily Coonahan. Coonahan surveying from behind. Comes around, meets her defender, pulls back, trying to work her way around, and she passes it out to Jane Feeney on the wing. Feeney retreats back, getting ready for her approach as her teammates weave their way around. Feeney operating out of the ISO play, trying to weave her way around, weaves her way around a couple, shoots and scores! Jane Feeney, goal number 2. You have to respect the isolation plays of these Milton Academy attackers. A well-designed ISO play by the Milton Academy offense. They bunched their players up on the right side after it was all Nobles in the second. Coming out of the timeout now. And as I now properly update the scoreboard, you can see it is now 9-7. Milton with 3 unanswered goals. Here in the third period as they claw their way back into this game. Nobles still with the lead as we go back to the draw circle. Josephine Vogel versus Emma Davis. And the draw is short, but this time they blow the whistle on it. And so after a bit of a false start there on the draw, it'll be Vogel and Davis taking it again. Up in the air a little more properly it goes, and this one's taken by Feeney. Jane Feeney just scored her second goal out of the ISO, and she runs along the left side. She sends it over to Dunn along the wing, and now back to the middle to Taya Chung. Now over to the right wing to Josephine Vogel. Back to Dunn. Dunn charging in. She's got some space. Turned away by Ensley. Loose ball being scrummed for and ultimately picked up by number 6 of Noble and Greeno. That's Caitlin Higgins. Higgins passes it back to Ensley. Ensley floats a long pass over to number 17, Elizabeth Bayard. Bayard throws it ahead to number 1, Abigail Roberts. Roberts with a hat trick so far, as she flips a pass over to Fiona O'Keefe, who also has a hat trick. O'Keefe spins around her defender, but runs into another. Nowhere to go. As she tries to fit a pass into Davis. Davis trying to work her way through. Dangerous pass inside, skips away from several players, being chased after, and the whistle gives it to Milton Academy. Great efforts by Sarah Maciel. Maciel, a name you don't hear much, at least not in some of the other games that I've covered, as she juggles this one and has to pass it back to Brousseau. But Maciel has been a big part of this Milton comeback attempt here in the third period. Brousseau, a long pass, complete, juggled but recovered, and now stripped away from Englert by Megan Day. Loose ball, and the whistle gives it to Milton Academy, but they have to pull it back. This is Hayley Englert being pulled even further back as the clock continues to wind. How much clock has been taken up by trying to get everybody in the right spot as the pass goes over to Corey Miller. Miller running towards the middle, running out of room. She flips it back to Englert, juggled. She couldn't quite pick it up. This might be a turnover. Dangerous chance here. Picked up for a second and picked up by Englert, but poked away again. Still a loose ball. Still being scrummed for. Picked up by Roberts. Roberts takes it away. Pass it ahead to Megan Day. Now pass to Annie O'Keefe. O'Keefe with one defender to beat. This is Caroline Baldwin taking her one-on-one. She spins around, loses the ball, recovers it, throws it to the back to Day. Day throws it back outside to Davis. Davis starting to make her approach. Running out of room. Has to float it over to O'Keefe. Fiona O'Keefe starting to approach. No room there, and we've got a whistle. These whistles continue to stop things as Fiona O'Keefe will be operating out of the free position. Less than 2 minutes left here in the third. Nobles leads 9-7. O'Keefe charges in and scores! Goal number 4 for Fiona O'Keefe. And the scoring streak ends for Milton Academy. 10-7. Now the score in favor of the Bulldogs. 1:46 left here in the third period. A close contest between these two rivals. It's been a game of runs, really. And it'll be Emma Davis versus Jane Feeney in the draw circle. And the draw heads towards the Milton end and is picked up by Davis. Davis showing her speed as she charges towards the net. Floats a pass in for O'Keefe, and O'Keefe buries it. Annie O'Keefe, her second goal of the day. Off a nice pass from Emma Davis. What a facilitator she's been. Not just effective out of the draw control, but also very effective on the assists. (11-7) Nobles now leads. And it'll be Catherine Fernando Pole taking the draw for Milton Academy for the first time. She'll be going up against Emma Davis. Up in the air it goes, and it's chased down by Feeney. Feeney stumbles and falls, but the whistle keeps the ball with her as she now streaks towards the attack zone, still running with it, still making her approach, runs out of room, tries to spin around, and again draws another whistle as she was pushed to the ground, several defenders swarming around her. 1:30 and counting left here in the third period as the players get set for another free position chance. Jane Feeney with 2 goals already today. Can she make the hat trick? There's the whistle. Shot, scoops in! The bounce shot by Jane Feeney just catches the top edge of the net. And Feeney completes her hat trick. There's a bit of a discrepancy between the officials and the scores table about the amount of time left on the clock here in the third period. It's just over a minute either way. The score 11-8 in favor of Nobles. Milton Academy giving them a fight. And it's going to be now Sarah Maciel taking in the draw. And so they decide that it's 1 minute and 3 seconds left on the clock. After a bit of discrepancy, it seemed like they originally had 1 minute 10, but I guess maybe they didn't start it at the proper time or something during the free position chance. I don't know. Either way, it'll be Maciel versus Davis. Maciel getting her first crack at the draw. There's the whistle up in the air. Batted down by Maciel, but then recovered by Fiona O'Keefe. O'Keefe running with it. Being harassed by multiple defenders. Trying to weave her way around. Sandwiched between 3 people, and she somehow escapes and gets into the attack zone. Floats the pass ahead to Davis. Davis with a couple assists already. She floats it to O'Keefe. O'Keefe passes to Annie O'Keefe. Annie O'Keefe couldn't finish. Turned away by Kaylee Brousseau. The pass to Stoller. Stoller turns it over. It looks like it's a loose ball. Still being fought for. Picked up by Fiona O'Keefe, and she buries it this time. A wild sequence ends with a goal for Fiona O'Keefe. That is her 4th of the day. How do I explain what just happened there? It was a nice pass from Fiona O'Keefe to Annie O'Keefe, but then a better save by Kaylee Brousseau. But then Lily Stoller couldn't complete the clear. The pass was knocked down, and the loose ball was scrummed for by several players, ultimately taken by Fiona O'Keefe, who buried the goal. 12-8 with 27.4 seconds left here in the 3rd period. And it'll be Josephine Vogel sent back to the draw circle to take on Emma Davis. High up in the air this one goes. Both players vying for position, but it's ultimately recovered by Roberts off the bounce. Abigail Roberts runs into the attack zone. She's got 3 today. Flipped over to Fiona O'Keefe. I believe she has 4, but I may have lost track. Over to McCullough. McCullough throws it inside. Annie O'Keefe had a chance for a second, but nothing doing there, and she draws a whistle. The clock gets to run out, though, and that's going to end the 3rd period. So a bit of confusion over the clock there for a second, but ultimately the 3rd period ends. I am Jesse Mayfield Sheehan, live here at Barrelson Field on the campus of Milton Academy in Milton, Massachusetts. Here to bring you what's been a pretty intense high school girls lacrosse game between these 2 independent school league rivals. The score after 3, the visiting Noble and Greeno Bulldogs 12, the hosting Milton Academy Mustangs 8. Milton Academy was clawing their way back into this one. They came into the period with a 9-4 deficit, scored 3 unanswered goals to cut the deficit down to a 2-goal game, but they were outscored 3-1 the rest of the way. So we'll see if Milton Academy able to make some further adjustments. They adjusted well early in the period, as they were able to, as I say, put together an early comeback attempt. But they're going to need to make some adjustments again if they're going to come back into this thing. The goal scorers for Milton in that period: Josephine Vogel got her 3rd goal of the day. Sarah Maciel got her 1st. And then Jane Feeney got her 2nd and 3rd goals. So So thus far, it's been mostly Vogel and Feeney leading the way for the Milton Academy offense. They have 3 goals apiece, while the other goals have come from Sarah Maciel and Emily Coonahan. For Nobles, leading the way is Fiona O'Keefe, who I believe has 4 goals. Might be 5. It's getting to the point I'm starting to lose track. Abigail Roberts has 3, all in the first half. I believe Annie O'Keefe has 2, and Catherine McCullough has 2. So yeah, I think Fiona O'Keefe has 5 goals, Roberts has 3, and Annie O'Keefe and Catherine McCullough have 2 each. Into the 4th period we go. This will be the last period of regulation. 12 minutes and 30 seconds. You can hear both sides getting loud. The Mustangs with a crowd out here today at Barrelson Field, here to support them in their last game of this season. No playoffs for this league this year, so this is the be-all and end-all. Draw is taken. It's a loose ball being knocked around and ultimately picked up by Catherine Fernandopol. Fernandopol runs into the attack zone, being pursued by Roberts. She spins around Roberts, runs out of room though, and has to pull back and reset. She flips it over to Josephine Vogel, who's got 3 goals already. The pass over to Feeney, juggled but collected. Feeney with 3 goals as well today. Now a pass over to Eliza Dunn, and now behind the net to, I believe, Eleanor Murphy. Now over to Emily Coonahan. Coonahan back to Murphy. Murphy trying to sneak around the back, but well defended, and she just has to pass it out to Dunn. Dunn swings it over to Fernandopol. Fernandopol making her approach, looking around, no passing lanes, and so she has to flip it over to Vogel. Vogel starts making her approach, getting double teamed and has to pull back, sends it up top to Dunn. Dunn starting to charge in, but again, no room, and so she swings it over to Feeney. Feeney backing up, looking for a chance to charge. They got multiple defenders lining up to defend her. She charges in, gets around one defender, runs into another, pulls back and starts running again, looking around, has to send a pass over to the corner to Murphy, now over to Coonahan. Coonahan coming around the back, a floating pass deflected but collected by Fernandopol. Fernandopol charging in, running out of room, being well defended by Nobles thus far. Swings it over to Dunn. Dunn flips it over, juggled but recovered by Vogel. Vogel starting to approach again, but she runs into a wall. A throw inside, misses her target, but collected behind the net by Coonahan. Now passed over to Murphy. Murphy trying to come out of the back. No room, sends it up top to Dunn. Dunn gets around, trying to get around one defender, can't do it, passes it behind the net to Coonahan. Inside, pass is intercepted by Nobles. Nice work by their defender, number 6, Caitlin Higgins. Sophia Ensley throws it out from the net to number 12, Megan Day. Day running in transition. Running along the far side, floats it ahead. This is number 9 running with it. That is Sophie Majernik. Majernik passes it out to Abigail Roberts. Roberts with 3 goals already today. Passes over to Fiona O'Keefe, who has matched her jersey number with 5 goals so far in this game. Back up top to Day. Day moves to her left and then flips it over to Emma Davis. Davis has been very effective as a draw taker and a facilitator, but she has not scored a goal yet today. Coming around the pick from Roberts, trying to come around the edge, runs out of room and ends up behind the net. Davis still surveying. Floats a high pass that goes all the way back to Annie O'Keefe. A quick pass over to Megan Day. Day trying to pass towards the middle. She finds McCullough, who misses wide. Well defended by Corey Miller to force the wide shot. Emma Davis sends a long skipping pass over to the corner to Gomez. Antonia Gomez sends it up top to Day. 9 minutes left in regulation as Day passes it over to Roberts. Roberts weaving her way around. Has a bit of an angle, but no room to run, and so she has to go behind the net. She sends a pass over to Fiona O'Keefe. O'Keefe surveying from the right side. Sends it up top to Annie O'Keefe. Annie O'Keefe starts her approach, decides to pass out to Fiona O'Keefe. Fiona O'Keefe, no room, passes it over to Davis, who juggles it but recovers it behind the net. Davis throws a dangerous pass into traffic, and it's intercepted. Running with it is Josephine Vogel. Moving in transition, has it poked away from behind and taken by Emma Davis. Nobles takes the ball right back. And now Davis draws the whistle from Josephine Vogel. Less than 8 minutes here in regulation. Nobles 12, Milton 8. Long pass from Davis is intercepted by Fernando Pol. That was a gimme right there. Fernando Pol going across midfield and into the attack zone. Still running with it. Taking it herself, runs out of room and no passing lanes. Tries a pass inside to Coonahan. Coonahan buries it! Emily Coonahan, her second goal of the day. Both of them assisted by Catherine Fernando Pol. The pair almost connected on another score earlier in this game, but were turned away by Sophia Hensley. But she's going to draw the whistle. Wild sequence there, but it ends with a free position chance for Annie O'Keefe. She's got 2 already today. Can she get a third out of the free position? Kaylee Brousseau matching her up in net. Charging in, takes the shot, and that one skips in. Annie O'Keefe completes the hat trick. And Nobles answers to Milton's score in kind. The Bulldogs now lead the Mustangs 13-9 with 6:33 left in the final period. Looks like it'll be Jane Feeney taking on Emma Davis in the circle this time. Milton Academy has sent 4 different players into the draw circle today, while it's always just been the same one player for Nobles. Up into the air, and it's collected by Abigail Roberts. Roberts running along the far side into the attack zone. Spinning around and surveying her chances. Sends it up top to Fiona O'Keefe. Now over to the right wing to Megan Day. Day running around, floats a pass over to Roberts. Roberts has it poked away, but draws the whistle. The refs have been very whistle happy. And as we get arranged for another free position chance, can Roberts bury goal number 4? There's the whistle, charges in, takes the shot, and buries it. Nobles making good work of these free position chances as they continue to stay ahead here in the 4th period. 5:44 left here in regulation. Milton facing a long climb if they want to get back in this game. They'll need almost a goal a minute if they are to tie this one up. Vogel against Davis in the draw circle. Draw heads towards the Nobles' end and is picked up by Davis. Davis now sprinting towards the net, gets swarmed and has to retreat. Being pursued by Caroline Baldwin, trying to spin around. Doesn't get much of an edge and has to ultimately pass it behind the net. Coming out of the back, that was Annie O'Keefe, who passes it over to Antonia Gomez. Now Gomez surveys from the right wing, defended by Fernando Pol. Long pass, complete to Roberts. Roberts, being defended by Maciel, sends a pass, complete over to Davis. Davis swings it over to Fiona O'Keefe. Fiona O'Keefe with 5 goals already, running around, and ultimately has to pass it back to Davis. Davis operating along the left wing, defended by Vogel. And she charges in. Pass inside for Roberts, and Roberts buries it. Abigail Roberts with goal number 5. Off another nice assist by Emma Davis. The Milton Academy defense, you can tell, is starting to get aggressive as time runs out, and Nobles is making them pay. Also, a credit to Emma Davis, not just her great passing, but also her great ability on the draw control, because you can see every time Milton Academy tries to send 2 players over to the Nobles end, along with the 2 other Nobles players, Davis just sends it forward and chases it after it herself. But when they try and send someone back, she pulls it back and leaves it in a good position for her teammates to recover. This one's a scrum for the ball, though, and it's going to be scooped up by Fernando Pol. Nice fight for the ball by Milton Academy. Fernando Pol making her approach. Runs out of room, floats a pass, finds Maciel, and Maciel buries it! Third assist of the day for Catherine Fernando Pol, and second goal for Sarah Maciel. 15-10, now the score, 4:28 left in the game. And if nothing else, these 2 teams are keeping it entertaining. That was a dangerous pass there. Right into the middle to a moving target. But Fernando Pol nailed it. And of course, Maciel making sure she collected the pass before she buried her low shot. 15-10, the score still in favor of Nobles. And it looks like they're just going to give the ball to Milton Academy. I'm not sure what happened there. Some kind of infraction against Nobles, I guess. But either way, Josephine Vogel now running with the ball. She passes it into the attack zone to Maciel. Maciel with 2 goals already. Starts making her approach, but runs out of room. Flips it back to Fernando Pol. Fernando Pol with 3 assists already as she surveys. Swings it over to Taya Chung. Chung now running around to her right. Floats a pass over to the corner. That's Coonahan, who has 2 goals as well. Now over to Vogel. Vogel's got a hat trick, and she draws the whistle there, so she'll be operating out of the free position. Can Vogel bury goal number 4? Sophia Ensley has been a bit of a wall today, but can Vogel beat her for her 4th goal of the day? Charges in, spins, takes the shot off the bar! Recovered by Fernando Pol. Fernando Pol spinning around, hitting traffic. Nowhere to go. Floats a pass over to Chung. Chung running to her right, running out of room. She sends it behind the net to Coonahan. Coonahan now running along the back. Sends it over to Dunn. Dunn making her approach. Hitting traffic. Coming around. Looking. Trying to force her way through 2 defenders. And the whistle gives the ball to Nobles. I'm not sure what happened there, but either way, I guess somehow the infraction was against Dunn as she tried to force her way through 2 defenders. Got practically tackled to the ground. And so Nobles gets the ball. Working on the clear attempt, this is Abigail Roberts with the ball. Bringing it into the attack zone. She has 5 goals already, Roberts does, and she passes it over to Annie O'Keefe, who has 2 scores on the day. Back out to Roberts, and now up top to Catherine McCullough, who has 2. Over to Fiona O'Keefe, who has 5. Coming around. Actually, my mistake, Annie O'Keefe has 3, not 2. But now it's Abigail Roberts with it. Passed over to Megan Day. Day from the right wing, passes it over to Antonia Gomez. Gomez moving up to the point and surveying. Being defended by Vogel. Flips it over to McCullough. Catherine McCullough gets around one defender, starts her approach. Runs out of room, though, and has to pass it over to the corner to Fiona O'Keefe. O'Keefe tries to spin around one defender, runs out of room, passes to McCullough. McCullough gets swarmed, and she has to pass back over to O'Keefe. O'Keefe spins around Miller, starts to approach, gets swarmed, and passes it back up top to McCullough. Now swung over to Emma Davis. Davis coming around, making her approach. Again, runs out of room, looks for a pass, dangerous pass inside intended for Roberts, goes over her head, and instead recovered by Annie O'Keefe. Pass behind the net to Fiona O'Keefe. O'Keefe coming around the pick, she has to pass it over to Day. Megan Day flips it to a cutting Roberts, who buries goal number 6. We've seen some really nice passing from both squads today, as Nobles makes it 16-10 with 1:26 left here in this one. Milton Academy will be wrapping up their season after this one. Both teams will, as there will be no playoffs for the Independent School League this spring. So this is the last game for the careers of all the seniors on both teams. Of course, for Milton Academy, those seniors: Eliza Dunn, Eleanor Murphy, Catherine Fernandopol, Josephine Vogel, Taya Chung, and Eleanor Rain. Vogel and Fernandopol have both had really nice games offensively. Vogel with 3 goals, Fernandopol with 3 assists. But of course, can't downplay how well all those other seniors have done at various points. You don't have to search far to find their impact in other games. 16-10 is the score. Noble and Greeno led by 6 goals from Abigail Roberts, 5 from Fiona O'Keefe, 3 from Annie O'Keefe, and 2 from Catherine McCullough. While for Milton Academy, 3 each from Josephine Vogel and Jane Feeney, as well as 2 from Emily Coonahan, 1 from Sarah Maciel, and 1 that I might have lost track of there. Might be a 4th by Vogel. Vogel against Davis. Back into the draw circle. Nobles 16, Milton 10. 1:26 left in the 2021 season. This one is a short one, and they're going to whistle it off. Got to make sure it properly goes into the air. So here we go, attempt number 2. Up into the air, it's a short one still, deflected by Vogel, back to Fernandopol, and she manages to collect it despite some contention from Fiona O'Keefe. Fernandopol running into the attack zone, looking for a teammate, passes it out to Vogel. Vogel makes her charge, spins around, hits traffic, fires, scores! Josephine Vogel, making this a senior day to remember. That is either her 4th or 5th goal. I've been losing track. Either way, 16-11 is now the score, as Milton Academy puts one on the board in 17 seconds. Wait a second. They took back the goal and called a foul on Vogel. 2 minutes on Vogel. I'm not sure what happened. We just went from her scoring a goal to her being out for the rest of the game. Whatever it was, we got less than a minute left now as Megan Day carries the ball for Nobles. Throws it behind the net. It's an empty net for Milton Academy, and it forces the turnover. Annie O'Keefe was trying to float one over to Antonia Gomez. Kaylee Brousseau was in coverage there as now Lily Stoller throws it back to Hayley Englert. 45 seconds left as Englert floats one up into traffic. It was slightly deflected and now intercepted by Emma Davis. Davis running with it, coming around, running out of room, looking for a pass, floats one over to Gomez. Gomez puts it in. And that's going to be goal number 1 for Antonia Gomez as Nobles makes it 17-11. Oh no, to 10. I forgot the last one didn't count. Such an intense game. My head's all spun around. Losing track of the score. 17-10. Nobles leads Milton. 31.8 seconds left here in this 2021 season. It'll be Catherine Fernandopol taking on Emma Davis in the draw circle now. Up in the air, and it's over the head of Roberts, but no one else in the vicinity as she easily scoops it up. Less than 30 seconds left now. Passed ahead to Madeline McDonald, who is looking around. Back towards the middle, throws a pass over to Megan Day. Still an empty net as the countdown begins for the end of this game. The pass is juggled and doesn't matter as the final horn sounds. And that is the end of the game. The final score, Noble and Greenhouse 17, Milton Academy 10. We take a look at Nobles as they celebrate their victory, a well-earned 17-10 victory as they finish their season a perfect 12-0. But Milton Academy, plenty of respect to them. They finish a strong 7-3 despite what a crazy season 2021 has been. Hats off to the senior class of 2021. Eliza Dunn, Eleanor Murphy, Catherine Fernandopol, Josephine Vogel, Taya Chung, and Eleanor Rain. I'm Jesse Mayfield Sheehan, wrapping up this broadcast here at